Hello, hello. How's everybody doing tonight? It is 5 something. It is Thursday. Cool. Huh? I like your mom. Wow, it's still a lot to learn from history, folks. Still gotta we all gotta learn from history. Now, the founders of Black Lives Matter, saying that they were trying to do the kind of thing that Martin Luther King did. But yet, they still don't get it. So the thing is, the philosophy between BLM and Martin Luther King is BLM is destroying businesses, they're attacking people, they're hurting people because they don't believe in their thing. They've already lost support, for one thing. Martin Luther King practiced peaceful resistance. Peaceful resistance. But yet BLM just don't get it. They're almost close to Malcolm X's earlier days when he became a member of the Nation of Islam. Very radicalized by Elijah Muhammad, who was a big influential guy in the Nation of Islam before Louis Farrakhan took over. Martin Luther King practiced what Gandhi did. Gandhi, in his own way, how he did it, took down the British Empire in India. And India got their own independence from Britain. And peaceful resistance always been a smart thing. Some say, oh, it's this dumb thing. No. Peaceful resistance can scare people. It can scare people. Now, also, what they don't get is that they claim to be self-taught experts on Marxism. Okay, if you think so, Karl Marx he followed Vladimir Lenin. He followed a lot of people with the communist ideology, the socialist ideology. Okay. Now, Karl Marx also followed a few other people in history. He followed Machiavelli. And he followed other. He also followed historical figures. Marxism is just another form of communism, socialism, and fascism. You have a group, Antifa, calling people fascists, Nazis. I want these idiots to look up the definition and what it really means. Don't just throw it out there and not knowing what it meant. Now, another thing that BLM has missed, and still don't get it, is that Martin Luther King didn't have his followers, his people, go to neighborhoods in other cities and demand to hand over their homes. They didn't destroy businesses. They didn't start riots. They didn't start fires. Martin Luther King was a peaceful guy. He was a Baptist minister. A minister. He didn't believe in violence. He was a minister, a church minister, taught about God and Jesus, the Bible, the whole gospel thing, you know. And Malcolm X had a completely different philosophy. He had the term "by any means necessary," which a group called BAM does that, by any means necessary. So, if you take some time to learn what Malcolm X finally understood. He went to a pilgrimage in Jerusalem. He went to Jerusalem. He went to all over the Middle East. And when he came home, he finally realized Martin Luther King was right all along. See, BLM wants Joe Biden, to follow the BLM ideology in the White House and indoctrinate the entire country into the BLM doctrine, which, technically, be honest, it would probably never happen, since Joe Biden will not make it to the White House. Because since he lost his presidential-elect status, he's back to candidate Biden. The media can say all they want, that Joe Biden is president-elect. He lost that status. Joe Biden lost that status. That's right. See, when the state of Pennsylvania rescinded his victory, because since the Pennsylvania state elector didn't call it, he's not really elected president-elect. See, the media just cannot assume the role in handing Joe Biden the victory as the new president. Okay, the Young Turks can do the same thing, but when they realize how stupid they are, see, the media, even the small media left assholes like the Young Turks, keep saying President-elect Biden. No, he lost that status as president-elect when Pennsylvania rescinded his so-called victory, because the media did it, which they had no legal authority to do it. It has to be constitutionally, officially done by the state electors, not the media. Okay? So if some of you think that I'm wrong, learn the Constitution. Learn about government. The media is only supposed to report, not assume the role as electors. The media ain't got the power to do that. They violated federal law. They violated the federal law. That means once the President Trump is sworn in again as President Trump and going into his second term, the media better fucking run. Because when you fuck up, now, some of these pollers that did the ballot count, they are looking at some serious federal crime. It's 10 years in prison. 10 years in prison. If they get caught, they would need to get a good fucking lawyer, because federal charges are like the RICO statute charges on organized crime. They will stick. You will do your time. Voter fraud is a federal crime. Anybody involved will do some serious fucking years. Even members of the media will do some serious time if they choose to charge the media fuckers and shit. Now, between Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and BLM, BLM has become the modern day Italian black shirts, Waffen SS brown shirts, the brown shirts. See, they become the modern day supremacists. Like I said, they call it the race, but they are the opposite, but kind of same version, but more modern. You know, like the white fuckers that destroyed Black Wall Street, where people flourished and prospered, made a lot of money, doing damn good, make a lot of money. These groups still don't damn get it. They don't fucking get it. It's like they want to kind of hit that mark, that level of Martin Luther King. Well, if BLM was smart, Martin Luther King would have never done what Black Lives Matter's done. Even the old school Black Panthers in their prime would totally shun them away. You didn't see the Black Panthers destroy businesses. No. No. You didn't see the Black Panthers of the past go around burning businesses, torching businesses, attack people. No. They were out for their neighborhood. They were there to protect the neighborhood. They were the ones that started the free health care programs in Chicago. Do you think Antifa would do? Do you think BLM would do that? No, no, because BLM ain't got the heart, the backbone, and the guts, or the brains to follow that idea. See, Malcolm X, when he came to his senses, he realized he was wrong the whole fucking time. The whole damn time. You have to look in the mirror. I want to ask Black Lives Matter 2 questions. And I want these questions to really, really sink in. And let it sink, and let it take its time to sink in. Because one question is this: was it worth it? Was it worth it? Hurting people, destroying businesses, especially black-owned business. You say that Black Lives Matter. I know you've been saying this. I know people called you out for this. But whenever you keep saying that phrase, even when you destroy black-ran businesses, you're not going to change anybody's mind with these actions. These actions can land you in prison or in the grave. You have to use your head, man. Number 2. Go home. Go look in the mirror. Go look in the mirror. Put yourself in the shoes of the people who you hurt. Feel what they feel. Of course, you won't do it because you're heartless. You ain't got no damn backbone, no spine. Go home. Go look in the mirror. Take your time. Look at yourself in the mirror. Since you're a coward. Since you're a coward. Go home. Look in the mirror and take your time. Look at the way you look in the mirror. Do you think what you're doing is right? You're attacking people. You're harassing people. You're going to restaurants and stores. You still don't get it. You probably won't. Black Lives Matter will never reach the level of what Martin Luther King set. He marched to Selma, Alabama. He marched. It took days, man, just to walk to Selma, Alabama, over that overpass, that bridge. And on the other side was state troopers with billy clubs. As people were walking, just walking. Non-violent, didn't resist. state troopers were beating the people who were peacefully protesting, peacefully marching. Didn't fight back because they knew if they did, it would have got a lot worse. These people were more brave than Black Lives Matter will ever fucking be. If Malcolm X was alive, if the leaders of the Black Panthers were alive, if Martin Luther King was still alive, they would shun you all. Because you haven't came close to what they have done with their lives to prove that Black lives do matter. But not in the way that you think. You think Marxism is the answer. Ain't the answer. Communism ain't the answer. Socialism isn't the answer. Fascism isn't the answer. Marxism isn't the answer. Common sense is the answer. Have a little bit of common sense when you go home and you go look in the mirror. There are people who don't deserve what you've done. You burnt down a Wendy's because a drunk guy, that Rashard Brooks guy, got shot because he attacked the officers and ran off, leaving the scene with a taser in his hand, tried to tase a cop. Honestly, he got what he deserved. The officers didn't treat him bad. They were being courteous to the guy. Didn't want anything happen to him. But when you drive under the influence, you're committing a crime. If he lived, he would get charged driving under the influence, assault on a police officer, attempted assault with a taser, and fleeing the scene. If he lived. See, nobody has common sense on that side of the track. BLM don't get it. You know, people deserve better. See, the three founders of BLM wanted to get to the level of where Martin Luther King was when he lived, before he died. And BLM ain't going to reach that level. They will never, ever reach that level of Martin Luther King. See, Martin Luther King didn't go around bashing windows, attacking people, burning businesses. The guy was a peaceful man. A very peaceful man who believed in Gandhi's ideology. Peaceful, non-violent. Gandhi forced Britain to leave India the way he peacefully protested. He wasn't violent. Martin Luther King followed that philosophy, followed that peaceful resistance. So, if any BLM members that are out there tonight, I want you to do one thing. Go home. Go look in the mirror and see how pathetic you look. And while you're looking in the mirror, I want you to put yourself in their shoes. Put yourself in your shoes as a business owner, a worker, someone who's busting their ass, try to provide for their family, try to make a living. which, according to you, by when you do get home, you have no job to go to. You just get stuck getting handouts from Act Blue and Thousand Currents, as well as George Soros. Since you simply don't go to work or don't have a job, you rely on handouts from these motherfuckers. $899,000 for travels and expenses, 1.6 for consulting, 2.1 for salary, and $328,000 a chapter. Wow. Now, here's where the term RICO comes in. RICO statute is a charge. It's right around the federal level. The RICO statute was used on the mob, drug cartels, even terrorists. And now, since Antifa is recognized now as a domestic terrorist organization, the members of that group can also get hit with the RICO charge. And they could do some serious fucking time. They could do 20 years. 20 years. They could get life for murder. How many people died within the last few months from March till now? How many? Compared to Los Angeles 1992, $1 billion in damage. Over 50 people died. Over thousands injured. A lot of, they're still rebuilding. They're still rebuilding after all these years. I was 16 years old. About 15, 16 years old. I was a freshman, sophomore in high school. And I watched it. I watched the news. I watched, and looking back at it now, nobody still learned anything. Nobody got anything. There's a guy angry in tears because they destroyed his business. He came from the gutter too. Owned his own business, now it's gone at the time. It's the same old thing all over again. When can BLM get some common sense? They still don't get it. And they probably never will either. They don't get it. They have a lot to learn about respect. If they cross the wrong people, and I will be honest, if they cross the wrong people, I do not know what would happen. Because Antifa many times have crossed the wrong people. Antifa can't fight with them anyway. BLM. You guys are a bunch of fucking cowards and losers. And you have no idea what the fuck you're doing. But the term RICO charge should put some fear into you, because you could do years. Not a few years, I'm saying long term sentence, with and without the possibility of parole. If you murder somebody, you're gone. You're good. Or even the death penalty. You could get life, years for arson. Arson's what, 20 years? 15, 20 years and shit? I bet if I was a betting man right now, I bet there's a few people from both Antifa and BLM that are having second thoughts. How many people got injured? How many people died? How much in damages are costed? I bet you anything it's more than how much it was to rebuild Los Angeles, which was $1 billion in damages and shit, $1 billion. Over 50 people died, man. I bet it's higher up than $1 billion. Because to tell you what, it's not going to be any same for them when they get locked up for life. A few of them that have killed anybody will look at a capital charge, capital murder charge, even life with no parole. See, they don't think. But I bet there's a few from both Antifa and BLM privately, secretly, are probably having second thoughts. Because they're seeing their buddies, their friends, their so-called friends getting locked up, getting shot, getting their ass beaten, handled and shit. I bet there's a few of them are having second thoughts. But if they are having second thoughts, you better change now. You better walk away now. Because all this shit will land all these fuckers in prison, man, for a long time. They'll get years and shit. Again, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X would never have done this shit. Never. Back in the 60s, you didn't see the Black Panthers do that shit. You didn't see them bombing cars. You didn't see them torch businesses and shit. They were protecting the community and shit. They were the first to start the free health care. And it worked. The Black Panthers did it in the neighborhoods and shit. Chicago. Smart thing. Do you think that BLM would do it? No. Because Black Lives Matter does not care about black people. Real Black Lives Matter are people that do work, people that do go to school, people that do go to church and doesn't do this crap. They don't go around beating people up. They don't go around harassing people at stores and restaurants and shit. They don't go around destroying black-owned businesses and shit. BLM, you still don't get it. Antifa, you also still don't get it. Every fucking time when you open your mouth, it's just the thought flies over your head. It flies over your head, man. You need to get a grip. You need to get a clue and shut the fuck up. Go home and look into the fucking mirror, motherfucker. I mean, stand there and realize how stupid and pathetic you look. Put yourself in the shoes of your victims. Was it worth it? Is it worth it going to prison for a long time? Is it worth it to get a murder charge? And hoping you don't get the death penalty and shit? Or life without parole? Or, see, the only thing that'll save you from the gas chance from the death penalty phase is life without parole. You'll live, but you will be someone's bitch. Depends on what the DA is wanting to do. If you murder somebody in a way, you will look at capital murder. And you will get the needle in your arm. You won't see old Sparky. You won't see old Gassy. You would see the needle in your fucking arm shutting down your heart. Ending your life. Suffering. Strapped to the table and no way to run, nowhere to hide. Because the executioner is right there. Going to put those needles in your arm. And put in those chemicals to end your life. So when you go home, I want you to look in the fucking mirror to look how pathetic and dumb you fucking look. And for a while, put yourself in your victim's shoes. Just for a moment, or maybe even longer. Understand this. The Second Amendment will kick your ass. I'm Grandmaster Evan. And this is the Anonymous Republic Network. Knowledge is free. Knowledge is power. Always be healthy, well, and wise. I love you guys. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, leave a like, comment below, hit the bell for notification. Please share this video. And if you got this transmission, you are the resistance. Again, if you got this transmission, you are the resistance. Peace out, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.